Hey everybody. I feel like it's close enough. I feel like this is. Hey everybody. Oh, I should probably go over here. And... Hey Pamela. Hello, hello, hello everybody. And I'll see you Friday. So I'm really just doing this on YouTube so I can get back to having content on YouTube. Um, hey Charmaine. So y'all know how this goes. I'm gonna put the instructions here. Pin comment. So we're doing. Oh, hey B. Pom pom keeper. Hey Jenny Flower Macy. Okay, I can't focus because I'm trying to type this message. Um, hey David. I'm Tangela Music. I'm typing. Hey Shadi, I do. I'm typing the instructions now. I just can't focus. Hold on. Thank you, David. Okay. So this is how it goes. You send your $20 to my Cash App, include your Instagram handle in your um can I tilt oh you're right. Uh Thanks, Pamela. Yeah, the ring glare is still on my glasses. Let me figure out how to do that. Okay. Tilt this way. I think that's better for this camera. Do with that little towel. And then, hey Puichi. Oh, I know who that is. I finally connect your username on YouTube with your actual um, person who I know you to be. Okay, maybe if I scoot back some, the glare on my glasses won't be as bad. Y'all, let me tell you about my life real quick as I shuffle these cards. My life is a work from home solo parent. So today I got up, I made breakfast, went for a bike ride, came home, did some work, ran an errand at the post office, went to the grocery store, talked to my dad, came home, took a shower, cooked dinner, did my makeup, and now I'm on here. Like, like this is my life. And so like setting up lights and cameras, yeah, we're doing that in 5 minutes because there's meals that need to be made. Children need hugs and love and food needs to be eaten. And so here we are. Here we are. Okay. So, see, last time I did this on my iPad, and then I could keep. Who keeps going? Oh. Okay, so if you're joining us, we're doing. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, I see y'all putting your questions. So again, send your dollars to my Cash App that's pinned here. If you prefer Instagram, you can go to thepeoplesoracle.com and click donate. There's a link to my, did I say Instagram? If you prefer PayPal, go to my website, thepeoplesoracle.com, and click donate. There's a link to my PayPal there, and you can also do it that way. I don't have Venmo. Hey, Allison, I don't have Venmo, and so I can't be bothered to open up another account. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. So this is what we've got right now. I'm just, let me tell y'all, I'm so mad that that man took over Twitter. I'm never going to get over it. He really messed up a good thing. We had a good thing going on. Thank you, Beat Junkie, for the makeup compliment. I did take my time doing that. I've been learning from the TikTok girlies, the professional makeup artists. I can't even, I think her name is Katie. Katie something. Cute, blondish, British accent. She's giving out the tips for makeup. Like, she really is. Every time I see her videos come down, um, I watch them because she's so good. Thank you. This is 40, ladies and gentle days. This is 40. Live your best life. No, I didn't live my best life. This is just genetics. Okay, what am I trying to do now? So if I open up my email, I can see who did it first. Okay, Abby is first. Y'all sent money, but you didn't put your question in the box. Put your question in the question box. Don't put it on the comment stream because then I can't see it. So put your question in the question box. If you're watching on YouTube, you can watch on YouTube, but you need to get the instructions on Instagram and put your question in the question box because it's easier for me to keep up that way. Okay. All right, Abby, we've got, hi, Dayna. Could I get a general reading? I don't know how to pose a question. Don't you worry. A general reading with no question, like, let me do my thing. Like, that's how I really feel with a general question. Let me do my thorough fizzle. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Again, if you're just joining us, make sure that you send your cash to the Cash App and then include your handle when you pay so that I know the Cash App that goes with which username in the question box. And then put your question in the question box because if you put it on the comment stream, I'm going to have to look for it. And that's inefficient. All right, we've got a general reading here for BB Abs, and we've got the Knight of Wands here. Can y'all see that on what's that, YouTube? Can y'all see that on Instagram? So we've got the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is about taking action. It is about taking advantage of opportunities as they come. It is about the opposite of planning and forethought and foresight. It's really about being in the moment and just having the will to go wherever the wind blows in the direction that it takes you. So it's the spirit of openness. It's a spirit of optimism either. I think for you, Abby, this card is speaking about shedding some of the the apathy and cynicism and kind of rumination and depressive type thinking that can surround your decision making in general. And so this is about getting rid of all of that heaviness and having a sense of just going forward for it, and also trusting yourself that you can handle and that good things can come when you take a risk and don't always be so calculated. So we've got the Nine of Cups and we've got the Seven of Wands. So I think that there is something in here about the first thing that came to my mind actually was this is a time for you to be content in your own choices and be careful about allowing other people to emotionally influence how you're interpreting your choices and the actions that you are taking. This is about you can trust that on the other side of risks that you've taken, there's joy and there's peace and there's contentment, even if there are other people who might negatively judge, or even if you have a habit of trying to figure out what other people are thinking about your choices or how they might feel. The Seven of Wands here to me is about a sense of perseverance and protectiveness, even. I think that this is a moment to like either relish in being right, which I know is totally not necessarily your vibe, which is why the cards I think would give this energy to you. We've got two wands here. So this is a lot more active, assertive, direct, even aggressive energy than you might be used to. But I think there's a little bit of gloating here, a little bit I told you so, and a little bit of like I made this choice, I'm happy with it, and also like mind your business and like keep your eyes on your own paper, mind your own map, right? It's that kind of energy. I think this is a really positive energy for you. I think it is associated with a level of maturation, which allows you to disregard kind of a habit you may have or just like a youthful thing you're outgrowing of people, having commentary on your choices and judging, and also just like the lack of privacy that comes with people being all up in your business. I love the protective energy around this reading for you, and the sense of confidence and assertiveness that this moment is requiring. And it's a sign of maturation for you. And it's also a sign of like being in alignment with the times, like the time, this moment for you, this season for you is about risk taking. It's about the contentment and joy that comes from those choices that you just go for it. And it's about the sense of protectiveness and understanding that not everything is everybody's business. I love this. Abby says, yeah, feels good to not give a fuck, even if they have something to say unbothered. Yes, that is totally the energy. Keep it up, persevere, trust yourself, and keep going with the flow because you got this. Yes, I love it when we start off with a really optimistic reading because I know some of these readings are not going to be optimistic and I'll have to tell some harsh truths. But, that's why we're here. Oh, Addie, Shawty I Do is next. Shawty I Do, Addie says, what does spirit want me to know? Well, we're going to find out. You are so welcome, Abby. I love when I can like affirm people what they already know, what they're already feeling, and just giving them that extra nudge and push that they can trust themselves. Because trusting yourself is really, really, really hard. It's really hard when everything and everybody around you is sowing doubt and has motives that aren't necessarily the same as your ambitions or goals. So, shout out to you. All right, what does spirit want Adi to know? Y'all got to know every time I come on here, I love doing tarot readings. Like I do not do enough of them, and this is like the ideal way to do them. I really miss when I was at Haji Healing Salon in Chicago, and like a few Sundays a month I would just sit down at the table and do in-person readings. Like, man, I would love to do in-person readings again, but the way y'all are coughing up all of your lungs in public is gonna be a no for me. Y'all been sick since November, and I don't know. I don't know why you won't put on a mask. Okay. What does spirit want Adi to know? So we've got the Five of Wands. We've got more wands here. So wands are about your own motivation. It's about what's driving you. Particularly the Five of Wands is about your intentions and having like some fog or unclear intentions. The Five of Wands can actually also indicate being in conflict, but I think that there may be a fight over power or the sense of direction that a project or relationship is going. The Five of Wands is often advice to really get clear on your own intentions and what's driving you, to get clear on your own convictions in your politics and spiritually, what's pushing you and what's guiding you and how you're moving in this endeavor, whether it involves another person or it's your own project. We've got the Six of Wands. Come on with the victory. And we've got the High Priestess. Um, Oh, I kind of wish these cards had come in the other order because it would be more like it would make more sense. But let me figure this out with them in this order. So, Six of Wands is about wanting to win. So I think that there's something here about some competition. I feel like there's some power stuff and control stuff here. So like competition or conflict over control, over power in a relationship. This actually might also be. Is that my brother that came on here? What's up, DJ? Um, this is also about conflict, and this can also be about like internal conflict. So you might have conflicting internal drives or motivations or values, and just trying to figure out which kind of thing to let lead you and let guide you. So the High Priestess, this card came up for me recently, and it left a really deep impression for me, just probably like in a daily reading or something like that. Um, this High Priestess, it came along with this like physically like strong feeling that I could not connect to something like obvious or explicit outside of me in that moment. But it was actually really like a type of anticipation, like a sign that something was coming. And it was kind of like this: be on alert, keep your eyes open, pay attention, be sensitive to changes in your environment. So I think there's something here about confidence as well in your decision making and in your choices. The Six of Wands, it has like this I won energy, I won energy. So I wonder if this is speaking to a success that comes to you in a way that, like, it doesn't look like that right now. Like, it doesn't look like, based on your material circumstances or just the reality of your situation, it doesn't necessarily look like that. But these cards here, I think, are a sign to like get your shit together and to really like get your focus together. If there are multiple things that are taking your attention or distracting you, like discard those things and get your eyes on the prize. It's actually making me think of a hexagram from the I Ching. If y'all are into the I Ching, there's hexagram 30, which is about like clarity, and line 6. When line 6 of hexagram 30 is changing, it's talking about like you've been taking in too much information or allowing like too many things to influence you externally in terms of thoughts, in terms of just data points. Like you're trying to make sense of things and form a judgment with clarity. And when line 6 changes, it's like, hey, you're taking in way too much. Like, let go of all of these extra data points. Like, you don't need any more information. You don't need anybody else's input. You can trust your judgment at this point and kind of get some laser like focus and tunnel vision and really, really, really trust your gut. I think that that's the big thing here. Like, whatever internal feelings and vibes you got going on that are making you feel like you should wait or move or stop or go, follow that. And I'm gonna leave it at that. All right. Let me see how we're doing here, because after a while it'd be so many of y'all. Okay. So if you do not have Cash App. You can go to thepeoplesoracle.com. Hey, Oprah Gucci. You can go to thepeoplesoracle.com and click donate, and you'll find my PayPal link there. Okay? Okay. Use that. All right. And then I'll have to go. So we did Addie 611. Hold on. I got to check my other email here. Okay. 6, 16, I think we got. All right, we got Muffy. You are so welcome. Muffy Mendoza, what's on the other side of this change? Also, any info that you have for me. What is on the other side of this change for Muffy Mendoza? What is on the other side of this change for Muffy Mendoza? Let us see. Let us see. All right, we've got lovers, lovers. Real loud and clear saying, don't leave behind any knowledge or insights that you've attained. So that leads me to believe that on the other side of this change might be experiences that tempt you to discard or forget really, really, really important lessons that you've learned. What are the really important lessons that you learned? Um, that you think that you have like really figured out and like you got this and you like, you know, can't nothing impact me or affect me or make me forget. Like that's the thing that you need to be really mindful of being like seduced out of. The Lover's card speaks to things that come into our conscious. I talk about this all the time because it's a card that comes up a lot on these readings. The Lover's card is about realizations or new awarenesses that arise in our consciousness, and it's like once you see you can't unsee, once you know you can't unknow. So we've got the 4 of Swords here, and we've got the 2 of Cups. Ooh, so this is talking about on this change, be mindful of the ways that you do too much. Meaning, particularly with the 2 of Cups, it's about like this awareness of how much emotional energy that you're investing. It's about being mindful about how much is being returned or reciprocated to you in particular situations. Um, I think coming up, excuse me, with the 4 of Swords, that's a real obvious like rest thing for me, right? To and this is what makes me think this is about like really you have a tendency to do the most, or maybe this is something that you've really been working on, is to um, be mindful of relationships or jobs or whatever it may be, where you're pouring way more in than the other person is, where you have a deeper emotional investment than what is being reciprocated, valued, or returned to you. And so I think these cards are like, you've learned some really hard lessons about like doing the most and about giving more than you're receiving. Um, and maybe there's a belief system around that you've had that drove why you would do that. Maybe the belief system is something like, you're always going to be sincere and act on your feelings and be authentic to what you really feel, no matter what the other person is doing, that kind of thing. right? These cards are talking about um, like really, really, really hold on to that lesson. I hate to use the phrase like you're going to be tested, but I think that this is just a lifelong thing. Muffy says, yes, I'm trying to conserve my energy due to previous lack of reciprocity. Absolutely, man. Like, and it can be really hard when you're a passionate person or when your feelings or your passion is aroused and you're kind of like a go all in person or go all for it. It can be really hard to restrain that and it can feel inauthentic, right? It can feel just like you're not really being yourself or you're having to conceal or hide the truth of who you are or what you really feel. And these cards are really talking about like you've had the necessary realizations and you've learned the lessons around like the negative consequences of that for you, right? And so like I feel like there's also almost this like when in doubt, take a nap, right? Like go lay down, go lay down, go lay down, go lay down. I feel like that's really straightforward. There's rest on the other side of this for you, and there's a newfound maturity in terms of how you approach your commitments to people, places, and things. You've learned some lessons. Don't forget them. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Who do we have next? Let's see. D. Smith, Lord. You're very welcome, Muffy. All right. Lord Dee says, hi, love. Could you give me a general reading as well? I have so much on my mind about this chaos I'm experiencing. All right. Well, you know, I got you. You know, I got you. Hey, Twitter warrior. I love it when my aunties come on here. Low key, older black women are like some of my favorite clients. When I was at Haji, I used to get a lot of um, older black women coming in for readings. And those are some of my favorite clients to read more. Hi, Dayna. You can call me Diamond if that's more fitting. I will call you whatever you want to be called, my friend. That's the business I'm running over here, the business I'm minding. Whatever you want to be called, so I'm going to call you Diamond. All right. Give me a general reading. I have so much on my mind about this chaos again. Got it. All right. Hey, Dorian, with the new logo, the new avatar. All right. We've got the chariot. So the chariot comes up when we are having some like internal emotional conflicts. One of the most common scenarios that the chariot comes up in is when we have already committed to something, whether it's a job, your day, a project, some task, you've already committed to it and you just like are struggling to get going. There's a lot of resistance. Inertia is the word for chariot. So there's a sense of overwhelm, a sense that maybe you're going to run out of energy, difficulty focusing, just struggling to find the motivation and the drive to move in the direction of the things that require your attention and energy. We've got the Page of Cups. Hey, Dusty Whistles, I haven't seen you in here in a while. And Strength. So, Page of Cups is a call to be curious about your own feelings. Being curious about your feelings requires you to notice when you are jumping to forming a judgment of good or bad about a feeling before you've actually felt it, before you've actually like let it marinate and swirled around in it a little bit. The Page of Cups is, I think, asking you to question some ingrained emotional habits that you have. It's asking you to really, you know, I don't know why, like Dora the Explorer just came in my head. Dora. But I just got this image of like, um, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, right? And Dora pulls out the map. It's like, all right, where are we going? We're going this way or we're going that way, right? But I think that came up because it's an analogy for understanding how ingrained emotional habits are pathways to destinations, meaning that we default to certain feelings or judgments and they take us to a predictable destination. It's all about control, right? Oh man, whenever this happens, that just means because A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or this is what this person is really thinking about me, or my whole life's going to trash, or I don't like this person anyway. Right? It's like we have these stories and these narratives that begin just with a feeling, right? It just begins with a feeling, and then we start telling the story. And so the Page of Cups is asking you to question the stories that you're telling about your feelings because you're trying to go somewhere different that you've never gone before, but you're not quite sure how to get there or what's preventing you from getting to that place emotionally in your healing and in your like personal growth. And these cards are saying, look, man, you gotta really start to question your own mind and your own feelings and the stories that you tell. And this is really hard. Like this is not easy. We've got the Strength card here, which is about, it can really be about restraining impulses, but I also like to think of it in terms of like being able to handle when we're triggered, um, being able to keep ourselves from going down the habitual path that we take when we're triggered. Diamond says that's extremely accurate on what I do with feelings. It's a bad habit. There is much internal stagnancy that needs to be released. Yeah, man, and you can totally do it. You're in the right moment, and releasing this stagnancy starts with questioning yourself and your feelings. It could just be like, why are you thinking that? Why are you judging this way? I think one of the hardest things to do in our own personal growth journeys and our healings of trauma is figuring out and noticing the difference between a feeling and a judgment. There is no such thing as a bad feeling. There is no such thing as a good feeling. It's all physical sensations that we have in our body and a story that we tell about that physical sensation. But for many of us, the story is so loud and it comes so quick and so automatically that we cannot even discern what we're actually feeling and what made us feel that way. Um, the Strength card tells me that you are really committed and you're focused and you got this and you can handle this. So I'm just giving you some affirmation and some confirmation on this path, excuse me, that you're on. And that's the tip for you as you move forward in this challenging journey. Okay, do I need to cut this off yet? Okay, let's see here. All right, Tangela. Diamond says, stepping back and actually looking on the inside, I will diligently work hard on continuing to change. More power to you. I think the thing I love most about tarot and the way that it affirms some things that I can't possibly know because I don't know you and we haven't had a conversation prior to this. It's like this really magical moment that can help you get more confidence and like, no, you're not crazy. Like here's some confirmation and affirmation in this really accurate way in this situation where there's no way that I could possibly know, right? I think that's really, really, really special. So good for you. Okay, let's see here. Hey, Prahalamisa, your word was amazing. Your word yesterday was amazing. Thank you. You are so welcome. It's good to see you on here today. All right, Tangela, spiritual advice for the next phase of my life. After this reading, I'm cutting off the questions because they're piled up now. Actually, I'm gonna cut it off right now. Yeah, after this question, I'm gonna cut it off. Spiritual advice for the next period of my life. What do I need to do for the best my life force has to offer? Okay, the second part of that question, I'm not I'm not really clear or understanding, so I'm gonna focus on excuse me, the first part of this question. Spiritual advice for the next period of my life, because I think what you were trying to say. Hey, Cynthia, pretty lady. Good to see you on here. Spiritual advice for the next period of my life. Just know that when you come on here, you are likely to get a drive-by, meaning that you may not be the intended target of this reading, but the word and the message is for you nonetheless. So just relax and enjoy and listen. All right, what is the spiritual advice for the next period of Tangela's life? All right, we've got the Page of Cups again. This is about asking yourself, how do I feel? What I'm hearing for you, Tangela, you have lived a life where in your home environment, there's been a lack of curiosity and interest in your inner life and in your emotional self. Perhaps there was a huge focus on your physical appearance, on your behavior, on your performance, on your accolades, right? All of the external parts of you were in the focus. And so the Page of Cups is about acknowledging that this is the thing that you missed, but also recognizing in this moment that that's the thing that you need to give yourself. How curious about yourself are you in terms of emotions? And how are you showing the people in your life how you expect your emotional needs to be met by modeling for them curiosity towards your own feelings? I saw this TikTok the other day, and it was one of those TikToks that just sat down on my spirit, and I was like, woo, hey, Devin X. And this woman in this TikTok video was talking about another like podcast or video that she had seen, and the person in the podcast was talking about having like done this purge and cleansing around their friendships. And somebody asked this person, how did you know what friendships you needed to let go of? And the person answered, it was the friendships where I was still performing. Seven of Pentacles and Four of Wands. So this is such an interesting message I'm getting for you about the Seven of Pentacles. Um, it's about the discomfort with like silence and empty space, and the tendency to need to fill up that space, particularly in your relationships with other people. Um, the tendency to fill that space up with um, like needing to manage their feelings, right? Like needing them to feel comfortable, needing like like it's almost like I can know what you're feeling if I'm the one that's making you feel that way. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just what came out. Anyways, this Seven of Pentacles is about one, like take the pressure off yourself and give yourself some time to like marinate in all of the stuff that you've already been working on about yourself. Like give yourself a chance to see the fruits of the efforts that you've already put in. Like give yourself some time. Give yourself some time. I feel like that applies in a multiple situations for you. Like give yourself some time. Like get the monkey off your back, or is it your mama's voice, whoever it is that's like the perfectionism and like pressuring you and like needing to prove that the path that you've chosen, um needing to prove that the path that you've chosen is right. Like, if you disregard what you think other people think, or just like the nonsense that other people are spewing and talking out the side of their neck to you about, like you're actually good where you are. Like you feel good about your progress and your growth or what you've accomplished. And it's just like these other yip back here that's just like, girl, did you do that? And what you think you're doing? And how you gonna, is that gonna work for you? And right, all of that kind of stuff. What was the other card? The Four of Wands. Yeah, man, like you've really come a long way. And I think it might be one of those things where it's not something that people can see, right? It's not something external that you have, like this very visible, tangible thing that's like in manifestation of the inner work and the changes in spiritual growth and things that you've been doing. Um, but that's okay, because in order for someone to know like like the changes that you've made on the inside and like the ways that you've grown and mature, like they actually have to be interested in you. Like they actually have to be curious about you. Like they have to inquire, they have to reach out, they have to ask questions, they gotta want to know you, right? And so with that being said, like you're good. Like you're good. You're good. Um, who is it? Live Loom Creations. You are the last person. So generally, when um when you come on here, if how do I get this off of here? I'm trying to unpin the thing, but it won't let you. Let me. You're welcome. You're welcome, Tangela. Okay, here. Let's see. Come on. Okay, now we got some PayPal folks. Okay, we already did. Oh, Black Girl Healing. You're up next. It's gone? No, it's still up on mine. I don't know. I tap it and nothing's happening. If I hold it, maybe, maybe if I pin a new one. No longer accepting questions. Right. Okay, let's try that. Okay. Yeah, I just replaced it. Okay, we got Black Girl Healing. Why am I having such a hard time communicating? Ooh, this is a juicy question. Oh, This is one of those questions that I'm like, ooh, I want to know. Why are you having such a hard time communicating? This is also a really vulnerable question. So I appreciate you um, asking this question in this context because, in this venue, because I think that um, other people might benefit from, actually, I know other people are going to benefit from whatever these cards have to say in response to your question. Um, so yeah, man, shout out to you, Black Girl Healing. Shout out to you. Even though I'm no longer accepting questions, stick around again. You might catch a stray. You might catch a stray. I hate when this, like, I have this one eyelash that points downward and it's always getting stuck on my bottom lash. All right. All right. We've got the Five of Wands. I'm going to interpret this in the form of a question. Who are you allowing to influence you? It's a real simple question, but it's also really deep if you think about it. Who are you allowing to influence you? Let's try this. What is evidence that you are allowing someone to influence you? Their opinion matters. When you make a choice or you have to make a decision, their opinion matters to you. You think about them, right? There, another piece of evidence that you're allowing someone to influence you is that their words hold a lot of weight. Like what they say or don't say or how they say it, it can like make or break you, right? Like it can change your mood, it can change how you think about yourself, it can change the direction of your whole day, right? So, those are the evidences, just a few examples of how you can recognize when you're allowing someone to influence you. Um, and I feel like that's real, that's real important. Um, that's real important for uh, this question you have about why you're having such a hard time communicating. We've got the Five of Swords and we've got the Knight of Cups. You're having a hard time communicating because you care too much what other people think. You're filtering yourself, you're editing yourself, you are struggling to get in touch with your own desires and things that please you. Um, there might be a lot of internalized shame or guilt around your authentic desires, which shine through in communicating, with other people. I don't know the context of this question, and you don't have to add any. Um, so I might speak in more general terms, but I think the big thing here is that there's a lot of like competing forces of influence in your life. So this could be like childhood stuff. This could be like things that old former friends or bosses or partners have said to you in the past that like loom like a shadow over you and it's still impacting and influencing the way that you show up in your life and in your relationships today. Um, and I think there's some excavation here that might be helpful around like who is influencing you. We got two fives here, right? We got the Five of Wands, which is like like a lack of clear focus and sense of direction, often because our own motivations aren't clear to us. And then we've got the Five of Swords, which is instructive to disregard the judgments and opinions of other people, right? And both of these together are really speaking about being in this period of change in your life where you're really unpacking and trying to figure out what drives you and what motivates you. And in that, you're uncovering all of the like not obvious ways that other people's judgments, other people's opinions, other people's belief systems are influencing you. And it's almost like they got your tongue. They got your tongue. They also have your thoughts, right? So even being able to form a thought that is true and authentic and a representation of how you really feel is kind of muted by this fear of judgment or internalized judgments from other people. Whenever I see the Knight of Cups, this is about like an invitation to be a little bit more what might feel like emotionally reckless to you, right? Because if you're a person who self edits, who conceals, who constantly is thinking about how they're going to be received, or has some rejection sensitivity, right? The Knight of Cups is like, yo, you just got to go with your feeling. You just have to go with what feels good to you, what you like and what you desire and what brings you pleasure. And there's a lot of unpacking and undoing to be done around all of the things that are in the way of that. I think the big key here is that the struggle to communicate is two-part, right? Struggling to really honor your own voice and to hear it clearly and clearing away the cobwebs and stuff that's making it hard for you to hear your own voice again, which can be guilt or shame or the judgments or opinions of other people or the voices of people who have judged you so harshly and they're still holding a lot of weight in how you witness your own thoughts, right? And then it's also like just like struggling to be real about what you like and what you desire and centering your own feelings, right? Like that's the Knight of Cups for me in this situation. This is about learning how to center your own feelings. Centering your own feelings looks like not waiting to figure out or hear or know for certain what someone else is going to think or how they're going to receive you. It is about taking the emotional risk to stand in your truth, even when there's uncertainty about the consequences and outcome of your choices, of your words, of your actions, of your desires. All right, good luck to you, Black Girl Healing. You're on your way. That was really such a vulnerable question. And I hope that the answer to that helped some of y'all. Okay, we have V now, which is compound either. Okay, hi Dana, it's V. I'm applying to PA school this upcoming cycle in April. I've been anxious but excited since I worked so hard to get to this stage of my life. My question is, what would my application season be like? All right. We got a predictive question that is very concrete. I like these. Very matter of fact and concrete. We're going to get some real juicy information here today. I know you've been looking forward to this for a long time, be doing this program and applying. So I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. And I hope you're going easy on yourself. I hope you are going easy on yourself. I know how much of a hard worker you are and how dedicated and focused you are. So, what is this application season going to be like? Look at all of this support you're getting in the comments. I love this for you. I love when we can conjure up some energy of support and congratulations. Ooh, y'all see I'm really shuffling because I'm like, let me get these cards mixed up right. All right. we've got the Six of Swords. What I love about this card is like there's a calm and perspective about being able to see the bigger picture. It's about being able to see where like bits of things fit in. Like my word for the Six of Swords is perspective. So let's see what the rest of these cards are talking about. We got the Knight of Cups again. Y'all saw how hard I shuffled, okay? So this card showing up again, not my fault. We got the Knight of Cups and we've got the Strength card. So I think that this these cards are really talking about like your sense of certainty and confidence in going after what you really want. So I would ask, is there a particular program or school that you're not applying to because, um, you know, being practical? Um, yeah, I think this is about going for what you really, really, really want. I also think that the Knight of Cups can be a warning about being flaky, um, and wishy-washy and like your feelings changing and so you change your mind. Um, and so the Strength card here, I think is a like get a hold of yourself, right? And like in whatever way you're like not going for what you really want, right? Like, or in whatever way you're um, like you keep changing your mind and your feelings, like that's where you need to focus your energy in this moment. Like, what do you really want? Whether is this the actual program that you want? Is this the actual school that you want? What is making you like wishy-washy or change your mind or uncertain in your desires? Like, are you seeking some affirmation or confirmation from somewhere? Or um, are there like, you know, different contingencies that you're trying to account for? Hey, Andre. Um, so the Strength card is like, get a grip on yourself. Get a grip. Get a grip. Get a grip. Like, like I get the sense that you say, V says it's honestly imposter syndrome. Yeah, because I really get this sense that like your feelings are all over the place. Like maybe one day you're optimistic, maybe one day you're really pessimistic, maybe you're like, I'm not doing the right thing, maybe I should just apply here, maybe I should go here, stay there, do this, that, right? Um, this is like pull the lens back and really take a look at all that you've done to get this far. You have great work experience, right? You have great work experience. I know this about you. You're a hard worker. You're the people that you work with trust you, respect you, right? Like you're devoted and a committed person. And like your work and your character and your knowledge and your skills are self-evident, right? And like let that drive the choices that you're making, right? Um, and get a grip on yourself, okay? Like that's the word for this Strength card. Get a grip on yourself. Get a grip on yourself, like ground yourself. And I think the directive and the instructive part of the Six of Swords is about um, don't get so myopic that you can't see the bigger picture. And part of the bigger picture is what are all of the factors you're considering as you make these choices of where you're going to apply and the program and all of that stuff, right? Like, I think that there is a, I think there's a way it's like, yo, when you actually like pull the lens back and see the bigger picture of what's going on, like you're good. Like you have a lot to offer. You got this. You got this. So all of that to say, I think the biggest challenge is going to be your own feelings. That's going to be the biggest challenge, right? And not changing your mind and being wishy-washy. Okay. Yeah, go back. All right. We got it's Pratina. You are so welcome, V. I feel kind of honored to. Wow. Really? Y'all. The questions disappeared. I don't know what happened to them. The gram is being a hater. There's literally no questions in this question box. Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna try to come on here with my other account and see if oh shoot. What? It's not logged in? Okay. Hold on. Where? Oh, it's over there. Cool. I need to scratch my legs anyway. Okay. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to um I'm going why did it log me out? Bruh. Bruh. Ah. Okay. I'm gonna try to make myself yeah, they're not showing up on my phone. Okay. I can't even watch my own live. Okay, let's try again. Try this. Bruh, I can't even. Yeah, Catman, can you email me a screenshot of the question? What? This is this is why I switched to an iPhone because you can retype your question here. Nobody can see them. Okay, it says this question's there, but it's literally just a blank box. And normally I can view my live from another account, but like it's not even showing me as being live. Like if I come on one of my other accounts, like what the heck? Barbie, you don't have Instagram? Unfortunately, I've already been on here for an hour and I've stopped taking questions. Um, like I can, okay, it just showed up. It just showed up. Bruh, Instagram's being a biatch. Okay, Christina, there you are. Okay, it just showed up. It just showed up, y'all. Okay, how to best optimize my life, what to do to get out of my own way and elevate mentally, financially, and emotionally. Yeah, let's let's focus on that first part of the question. Let's focus on the get out of your own way, right? Because there's a lot of stuff in that question, but I think that's what we should focus on. How can it's Patina get out of her own way? Yeah, that's a good question. Starts with the acknowledgement that there might be some doing, you might be some doing some things that are counterintuitive. And I really like to think of it actually as like, I think like most of our challenges in life are like not, are rooted besides capitalism, whiteness, and patriarchy, right? Are rooted in like conflicting motivations. And there's like, we often don't know what's driving us, or we have a conscious goal in mind, but like our unconsciousness is being driven by something else. So, like, our conscious mind might want, you know, financial a bit stability, but our unconscious mind wants a sense of emotional control. And like those two things can be conflicting. Cat Van, all of a sudden the questions showed up. And so that's why there's one up on the screen now. But if they go away again, I'll check the email. Um, Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. All right. So let's see what we got here. We've got the Five of Pentacles. So this is a card of not having enough. Um, Also, what came to me very loud and clear in this card is is leaning for or expecting support where it is not forthcoming. Where like leaning for support on someone who like can't give it to you, or a situation where it's not forthcoming. And I feel like that's a habit. And it's a habit because it makes you feel in control, right? Like if you actually have to lean on someone or something that is supportive, that means you have to give up control and you have to let somebody else do it, which that can be really hard. All right, we got the King of Wands, which is kind of reiterating all the things I just said. And we've got the High Priestess. Um, ooh, Bertina. These cards are saying you get out of your own way. Like, first of all, stop waiting for other people. Like, I know you're in a unique situation. You're a mom of young children and all of these other things. Um, but like, you have to set the pace for your life, and other people need to get in where they fit in. Other people need to find their place rather than you making a place for them. These cards are saying you need to go ahead with your plans and like take some initiative and agency and like really start to trust your gut, right? And I feel like I understand like how this must sound to you, like just knowing what your life situation is like, but this is about how to get out of your own way. So we got three things here. Recognize the habits and patterns of leaning on support or expecting support or desiring support from people, places, and things that ain't got it to give, right? Two, leave them niggas in the dust, right? Like, if somebody can't keep up with you, like, don't slow down your life, don't shrink your expectations, don't shrink your goals or what you desire for yourself because somebody else can't keep up with you. And number three, like, trust yourself the first time. When you get that little feeling, when you have that dream, when you have that thought, like, don't wait for somebody outside of you to agree with you and validate it. Like, you just have to go with it, right? I feel like, like on the one hand, there can be some resentment from having to do things by yourself all the time, right? But at the same time, there's also like bitterness that comes from other people not doing what they're supposed to do, and like you waiting for them, or like you slowing down. Like, you have to set the pace and like challenge the people in your life more instead of coddling them, right? But that also means you got to stop coddling yourself, which has to do with the addictive behaviors like spending money and food. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. All right. Okay. What we got next here? Okay. I think we got Peachy Tay next, but let me. I see your email, Catman. Was that a read? That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah, we got Peachy Tay. All right. What is my career pathway going to look like in the next 2 years? Thank you, thank you. The universe not gonna let up until I get it right. You are so welcome. I know you've been trying to see me and your life has been real crazy, so I'm glad that we have this little opportunity to get some exchange going and a reading for you. Um, this is Alex. Hi. What is my career pathway going to look like? I love how y'all all came on here together, you and your homies, Catman. I love this. This is so cute. Y'all hanging out in the comment section. Okay, what is my career pathway going to look like in the next year or 2 years? Look at the trolls on YouTube talking about fee reading naked, naked, naked. If you don't get off of here and go get some business. All right. All right. Let's see what's going on with Peachy Tay, aka Alex's career in the next year or two. So we've got the Page of Pentacles, and this is two different things. One, this is just like managing your money and budgeting, but this is also, I think, about like your value and your worth. This is like how how are you taking a inventory of your skills, um, and how are you being compensated for those skills? What are your skills worth? Where will they be best received? What will they be best used for? Pages are map makers. They're curious. They're asking questions. they're taking stock, they're taking inventory, they're trying to find out information. The Page of Pentacles is organizing and budgeting and making spreadsheets and making calculations and figuring out where everything goes. Jenny Flower Macy says, I'm just out here catching strays while I work. Appreciate you, Dayna. You are so welcome. All right, so we've got the Three of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. And then we've got the Death card. So I think that this is saying over the next year or two, you will come to terms with the way that your skills that you use to participate like in group projects or just in your job, like teamwork, or this is really about like recognizing when your skills are being devalued, recognizing when you are not being a valued team member, participant, and what are the changes that that makes in you and where you put your own sense of self-worth. Um, I think that the death card, um, I think the death card um, speaks to a change that you make in terms of maybe recognizing like when people aren't on your level. I feel like there's a drive to be like a team member, to participate, to like be a good employee, to do your part, um, um, to know your role and do it well. I wish I could like see what's on the other side, but I of the death card, but I'm just gonna stick with what I have and go with my intuition, which I feel like you have more to offer. Maybe you have bigger goals and you are coming to terms with how a space or an environment may or may not be able to see you and receive you and what you have to offer. So honestly, the death card can mean like quitting something. It can mean like an ending. It can mean like the end of a project. But the death card is usually something, either there's an irrevocable change that's internal, or there's an irrevocable change that's external. And we're generally not the one making it happen. It's usually like outside of our will or outside of our control. Um, I have no idea what y'all are talking about with these degrees. I'm just talking about Alex. Um, just like all of these words like value and self-worth and dignity and respect and what you have to offer and it being valued and you valuing what you have to offer and you know how are you like because the Three of Pentacles is like teamwork, it's like collaboration, it's like everybody's got their thing that they do and they come together and do it together and it makes this like great unified whole. But the sense that I get is like that um you I'm trying not to take all of your input in that you guys are saying in the comments so that I can get my thoughts out. So give me a second. That's why I'm looking away. Um, there's something I keep hearing about like a leader versus like just being a team member. That kind of thing. Let me see here. Alex says she is not getting another degree. Kevin, she's getting her master's right now and thinks getting a PhD is too difficult for her to accomplish. You guys are so funny. Um, yeah, I don't necessarily see anything about a PhD here. I would want to see the Hero Font card. I don't need context, actually, Catherine. But um, uh, I would want to see the Hero Font for continuing institution. I think this is more about who you work with, whether that's in a research capacity, whether that's in employment, whether that's a project that you get asked to join. Um, and I think that, between the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, I think this is more about repurposing the skills and knowledge that you already have. Do you know what I mean? And being able to see new and different applications of what you already know. Um, but I will say, and then this is in whatever sense it lands for you, I will say that I do get the sense of like there are some leadership tendencies that you have. Um, and I don't necessarily think that means you're getting another degree. I don't, or getting a PhD. I just think it means more so like, are you really content, like not being in a leadership position? And that's where I would leave that. All right. Who do we have next? Not y'all bullying Alex, talking about y'all trying to make her go to get another degree. All right, let's see here. KSK. My birthday is next week. Advice, 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 guidance on this next chapter of my life. Ooh, okay. Hopefully, I can get off of here by 8 o'clock because I have to go give my son some attention. We're supposed to watch TV. You're very, very welcome, Alex. Oh, she's been pondering back and forth. Yeah, I get that. PhD is a huge commitment. You're very, very welcome. Judy Flower basically said nobody should be telling anyone to get another degree unless they're offering to pay for it. Now that's real too. That's real. All right, we got a little Aquarius sun, sidereal Aquarius sun up in here. Despicably Literal said, we could all use some advice here. Great. Okay, Christina. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Y'all don't know this. Yes, I am. All right. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is about, I love this word, and we just don't use it enough, but also there's just not enough of it in the world. Devotion. Mm. Devotion. We're talking about stick it to itness. It's about continuing what you've already started. Oh my God. Hi, Fiester. It is about continuing what you've already started. It is about staying the course. It is about not being distracted. It is about keeping your eyes on the prize and remaining focused on the task at hand. So this leads me to believe that there might be some distractions in this next year. of your life. And this is advice to keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize. Y'all too young for that. Okay, we've got the Seven of Cups, and we've got the Six of Pentacles. Velvet Lila says sprinkle, sprinkle. Seven of Cups and Six of Pentacles. Avoid the temptation to make some huge change or like make huge plans. Right? Like you might be restless and itchy and feel like you need to do something different. Feel like what you have and what you've already started is not enough. Like relax, be easy, stay focused on what you've already started. Six of Pentacles is saying if you're in a situation where you're receiving help, so this can mean living in a roommate situation, this can mean living with family, this can mean having the financial or material support, of someone around you, like just say thank you. Like there's no rush. There's no rush. Okay? There is no rush. Um the what is this? Yes, Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is um, a card of ambivalence, which can mean being of two minds about something. It can mean struggling to know what you want and what you like. And I feel like there's a thing here, like you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to know all the answers. You don't have to know the outcome before you commit to a choice or a desire. Um, and I think that there's something here in the Six of Pentacles about like leaning into the help and assistance around you while you take the time to figure out what you really want in your life going forward, rather than feeling like you need to pick something and choose something so you can change your circumstances. So overall, I think it's worth it for me to say that you might be dealing with a little bit of frustration over this next year, but that's mostly restlessness. When generally everything is fine and you can just continue on the path that you already started, and relieve yourself of any pressure or like temptation to like make really big changes or like blow your life up. Like, don't do it, girl. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. Christina KSK says, yes, this very much resonates. I love when it resonates. I really and truly do. All right. We've got Pamela. My question was sweetness for Pamela. Okay, girl, I don't know what that means. The Hoodie Ninja on YouTube says, hey, I usually never catch you on live. Thank you for what you do and making your resources so accessible. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. And you are so welcome, Christina. You said, I will not blow up my life. Please don't. Please don't. Leave the childish things behind you and just keep on your merry way. Okay? All right, Pamela. Sweetness for Pamela. I don't even know what this question means, but I know what this question means, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna keep shuffling these cards and just seeing what is going on with sweetness for Pamela Council, the artiste. Let us see. All right, we got the Strength card. This has come up a lot tonight, but in this particular context, I think it's meaning something a little bit different. I think that the Strength card is about how are you and where are you directing the more primal energies, whether that is sensual, sexual, just indulgence, seduction, all of that stuff. Like where is that part of you? Where is the part of you that longs to desire and be desired? Where is the very like just I can't do that thing, but you get what I'm saying. Part of you, like where are you putting that right now? And of course, we got the devil, and we've got the high priestess. This card has come up in the second position like 3 times tonight. Good lord. Um, I chuckled at the devil card because that is a card. That's one of those cards that context really, really matters for me. Like it could be money problems, it could be health problems, but it can also just be like what's the word I'm looking for? Like erotic, like primal, like very earthy, very material, very embodied, physical embodied. Like yes, that's really it. Like in terms of sweetness for Pammy, like, how are you remembering that you have a body? What is reminding you? Who is reminding you that you have a body, that you have these desires, these needs that cannot be intellectualized away? Um, these needs to be taken seriously as like an adult with adult needs. Um, yeah, I think that this is like coming into the fore, which is so weird to think about with the way that the sky is looking right now, like with all of this Saturn, like, but you know what though? On my live yesterday, it's still up on my Instagram if you didn't see it. On my live yesterday, I talked about, like, I asked everybody a question, and I was like, the question was, um, how, like, what are the habits or behaviors that you engage in when you're not getting the attention you desire? And then I went through each of the sun signs, the sidereal sun signs, and like talked about that sun sign's relationship with attention and how it can show up for each sun sign. Again, that like recognizing when we need attention and how we act, or what are like our habits or behaviors or addictions that you know we embody or enact when we're in need of attention that we're not getting. So I'm feeling somatics here. I'm feeling get in your body, feel your body. Um, you know, be mindful of dissociation. I think that the high priestess in this sense um is definitely an invitation to like integrate some spiritual or like non-traditional or non-intellectual practices um in this work of like getting inside of your body and figuring out how to direct some of these like more primal sensual energies that you have um as an adult person. I hope that made sense. I don't even know if that answered your question, but I did my best. I did my best, Pamela. Okay, now we got to go back here. All right, now we have Karina. Illuminate what? I am starting a new chapter of my life, and I want to step into my power. Can I get guidance or feedback from my guide? Okay. We're almost finished here. Starting a new chapter in my life. Hey, everybody who's coming in and checking out. I've stopped taking new questions, but stick around. You might catch a stray. Um, Starting a new chapter in my life. I want some guidance or feedback from my guide. Starting a new chapter in my life. Kimi says, I'm not sure where Saturn is right now, but would Saturn be a good indicator of those earthly bodily desires? No. 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 I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that. I don't even know how to answer that question. Um, all right. Starting a new chapter in my life. Guidance for that. All right. Yeah. Hmm. Honestly, I would say more Moon than Venus, or Moon and Venus together. All right. We've got the Four of Cups here. The Four of Cups is a ruminator. The Four of Cups ruminates. They are in their feelings, they are preoccupied, they are emotionally stuck. Um, very much struggling to see outside of your current emotional reality, or like an old emotional reality, and you just can't see what's right in front of your nose. Um, we've got Temperance and we've got the King of Swords. Whew. So, first of all, whenever I see Temperance, especially like with the Four of Cups like this, I always have to ask about or mention addiction, whether that's substances, whether that's all addictions are really emotional addictions, right? Illuminate what? If you did not watch my live yesterday, it's only an hour. You should go watch it because I feel like there's some real relevant things in there for you. But yeah, Temperance, Four of Cups definitely makes me wonder about addiction and um, perhaps this being the new chapter. Um, but also, Temperance and Four of Cups. Temperance can be about like making a mountain out of a molehill, which means to try to form a judgment based off a little bit of information, not enough information, like, excuse me, trying to catch a pattern or like form this judgment based off a little bit of information. And often in this sense, when it's next to the Four of Cups, a little bit of information is emotional, right? So you're trying to tell a story about feelings and like you're trying to create this grand narrative based on not enough information, right? Like your own feelings aren't always enough information to tell you about everything that's going on. It's enough information to tell you about yourself and how you're feeling and how you're responding and whether or not you feel safe in that moment. um, but the King of Swords here is really welcome. I think this is talking about a time in your life where you are um, healing some deep triggers and wounds. This is a time where you're being triggered, to be honest. The temperance card often is about being triggered, and it makes us fall back on old emotional habits and patterns because there are survival and coping mechanisms that have worked in the past for us. And so I think that the King of Swords is talking about you are coming into awareness of your own emotional patterns and you're making a decision, right? So I'm wondering if this new chapter in your life is about a decision that you're making to leave behind this addiction, this emotional addiction, or just this emotional space that you've been in that can be very much like ruminating, very much depressed or down, difficulty seeing outside of your current circumstances, or excuse me, seeing beyond your feelings. Um, yeah, I think that part of the guidance here is like to remain in this King of Swords state. Like this is your your chef's kiss. This is your thing that's this is your North Star, the thing that you can like latch onto as a strong light and like guidance and direction forward. The King of Swords is decisive. They are responsible for making decisions. And whereas I think before there's a lot of like ruminating and like just drowning under your own feelings, the King of Swords is like, ooh, those feelings are really nice, very necessary information. We're going to put that where that belongs. And then we're going to take any other necessary input in order to make decisions. So other necessary input can be like new information from other sources. It can be just wisdom and guidance. It could be legal stuff, right? Whatever it may be, it's this way where you're not just relying on your own feelings to tell you the whole truth and to inform how you're making decisions moving forward in your life. I think you're maturing. I think that you're growing. And I think that this decisiveness is the thing that's going to carry you. Um, and perhaps the rumination is a way to avoid making decisions or a way to avoid confronting, um, you know, the fact that you have to make a decision, or just like the more practical, realistic um, things that you need to consider in order to like navigate certain periods of your life. Um, yeah, I really think that this is all about changing how you respond when you're triggered. And um, yeah, not allowing yourself to be immobilized by being triggered in your feelings, and recognizing when you're relying too much on your feelings to inform how you're forming judgments about other people, yourself, and your own life. Good luck to you in this new chapter. Okay, we're down to like the last two. Okay. Jade, Sarah. Oh, Jade, Sarah Louise. I'm getting tired, y'all. I am powering through. I'm down to like the last two. You are so welcome, Illuminate What? Okay, Jade, Sarah, Louise. Oh, I didn't even see you talking. I didn't even see you typing over here, Pamela. Did you get yours? I did it before the last one. I didn't even see your chat over here. I'm trying to do both. Okay. Jade Sarah Louise says, no specific question, just a general reading, please. Yes, absolutely, you can have a general reading. Abs- Abso-freaking-lutely. That's one of the things the pandemic stole from me. It's just me getting to be my loud, obnoxious, goofy, funny, entertaining, charming self. Because I just be sitting in my house by myself. And my son thinks I'm a weirdo when I get like that. So, you know. All right. Two of swords. We've got the two of swords here. Okay. Two of swords means you don't have enough information to make a decision. It means hold tight. Oftentimes, when we see the two of swords, we're waiting for a new piece of information to make things like, oh, okay, that's what I'm going to do. Two of Swords is saying don't make a decision yet. And it can often come up in circumstances where there's like a time limit or you're feeling pressure to make a decision. And the Two of Swords is like, hold tight, hold tight. Let's let some more things play out a little bit before you push. Other than that, the Two of Swords can be about being in a stalemate, lack of communication, not hearing from someone when you really want to hear from them. We got the Two of Wands here. That light is so bright. Should I turn it down a little bit? I think I should turn it down a little bit. There we go. I don't know, a little dark up there. Okay, Two of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Two of Wands is about being in a position of power. It's about like dominance, domination, dominion. Like it's about authority and control. It's about power dynamics. I often see the Two of Wands in situations where there's an unequal power dynamic. And it can often be an invitation to like take more control and recognize when you have the upper hand and not being afraid to use it. I think it can also come up in situations where we perceive someone else to have more power or to be equal to us, and they're really not, right? So the Two of Wands, especially coming after the Two of Swords, I think that this is like an indication that you have a lot more power and influence in this particular situation, that you already know what I'm talking about because you didn't give me a direct question. So I'm assuming you know what I'm talking about, but you have more power and influence in the situation than you give yourself credit for. And I really like this Page of Pentacles as saying like, hey, how are you like, how have you historically devalued yourself and perceived other people to either have more to offer or allowed other people to determine like how you perceive your own sense of power or value or worth? I think there's something here about like where your sense of validation comes from in terms of your personal power. like like where's who's influencing or what is influencing how you perceive your own sense of personal power. The Page of Pentacles is about being really realistic and excuse me, getting down to the nitty gritty of things. I think in this particular context, it can be really important to understand the ways that like other people can influence the way we see our own value and worth, and and we don't recognize that this is happening. But the Page of Pentacles is like, yo, just like get really 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 practical, get really like explicit and at face value. And if you look at things at face value rather than filtering them through the judgments of other people or how you've allowed other people to influence the perceptions of your own sense of competence, worthiness, and personal power, you'll see that you actually have more power and influence than you give yourself credit for. I think this is about like drawing back your power, reclaiming your power and like retrieving your power from all of the places that you have um, given it away. I want to go back to the Two of Swords really quickly because the Two of Swords, I think, in this context is more like, can you hold off for a minute forming judgments because you need to do this other thing? Can you hold off for a minute forming a judgment and like consider this other thing over here? What's informing your sense of personal power? Like what is the real evidence that you have for just like your competence and your worth and like your entitlement to control over your own life and like authority over a particular situation? Like there's something really tangible and like practical, and it's not rooted in like hyping yourself up, because I think that's the fear, right? Of like hyping yourself up. They say getting high off your own supply, never get high off your own supply, right? That's the rule of the drugs, they say. I wouldn't know because I don't know nothing about that, but you get my point. Yeah, like you don't have to worry about like quote thinking too much of yourself, because I don't think that that is just like that's not your MO. That's not how you move, right? And you can trust that when you're feeling confident, powerful, capable, competent, in control, or inclined to like sit in your own authority, like you can really trust that it's rooted in something real and not just rooted in just like gassing yourself up and like self-aggrandizement that's like real flimsy and an overcompensation. I hope that made sense. Okay, are we down to the last person here? We got two people left. Okay, let's see here. Okay, September Blue, did you send yours? I see Robin Collin here. I see Liblum Creation. Chanel, I don't see yours. September Blue. I'm gonna do Liblum Creations, and you can let me know if you're still here. Did you send it via Cash App or did you send it via PayPal? I don't see it. Let me actually check my Cash App. Yeah, I don't see you. Okay. What's your Okay, let's see. Live Bloom Creations. Thanks. Okay, I'll look for it after I do this. Um, how do I get my life and health on a positive track? I feel like I'm drowning and withering away. Man, I can imagine it is, excuse me, very hard to not feel like you're drowning or withering away with the way outside is right now, the way the state of the world, um, and all of the ways that I'm sure that it's impacting you personally. So hopefully I can offer something helpful here. Praying that I can offer you something helpful here. Um, yeah. I know my kid is going to come in here any minute. Ooh, almost done. It's just about 8 o'clock. Okay. All right. We've got the 10 of Swords. Two things with this card. I'm going to take this really literal at first and um, indicating something with your spine or your back. Um, and then the other side of that, in terms of more like psychological, emotional, spiritual stuff, the Ten of Swords is uh, by the time we get to the 10 in the suit of the swords, this is just like your intellect is not really the best tool for the job here. Like you done overthunk the overthought thought so many times that the thought is dead. You don't even know what the thought was. You don't even know what you were thinking about when you started thinking about what you were already thinking about. It's just too many thoughts, right? Um, I do think too that the Ten of Swords can be a hyper reliance on words or verbalizing things at the expense of delving deeper into our own like psychic or emotional or spiritual motivations or insights that might be available to us at any given time. I think that the Ten of Swords can mean over intellectualizing. It can mean like displaying an intellectual grasp of a topic or having the words to articulate, but like overriding or bypassing the actual felt experience of the thing. So I wonder how those two things are connected for you, the issues with the back or spine, if that's actually the case, and then the over intellectualizing, which honestly is often a way to get out of our bodies when our bodies don't feel safe or our bodies have been the site of trauma or are the site of pain like chronic health or illness. Um, so we've got the Queen of Cups and we've got the Two of Pentacles. Patience with yourself. Patience with yourself. The Two of Pentacles can mean that we're really busy and we're like juggling multiple things. It can mean feeling like we don't have enough time. Often the Two of Pentacles is like budgeting or figuring out how to work with what you have, whether that's money, whether that's energy or time. I'm feeling kind of like pace yourself and manage your expectations. Um, and I think that with the Queen of Cups, this might be saying that when you are like counting your spoons or pacing yourself and trying to figure out how much like energy that you have in a day, the thing that you may not be taking into consideration is your emotional bandwidth and the way that your emotional bandwidth can impact your physical energy. So, what I mean by that is the over intellectualizing is like, avoidance of feelings. But I think that it's like this physical drain on you. Like, if you feel like you're doing all the things right, you're eating, you're going to bed, you have a good routine, you're taking your medications, you're making your appointments as safely as possible, you're laying down and like you're still not feeling your best, I think that this might be like, hey, there are some non physical things, some emotional things that can also be a physical drain on you and your energy. And so the Queen of Cups is permission to be in your feelings, which I can imagine is really, really hard for the Ten of Swords type of person, right? I can imagine that it's really, really hard to be in your feelings. Excuse me, to be in your feelings. And I think that um, you need that invitation to be in your feelings. And, maybe with the Two of Pentacles, it's like you feel like you don't have time. Maybe you really are busy. You have work obligations. You have obligations to take care of other people. And, you are really limited on time. But like getting yourself out of this rut, Liberal Creations is saying, oh, I missed this. Okay, okay. Hold on. That makes sense to me. Says that's what I do. Ooh, what was that? Yes, that's exactly where I'm at. The image of the Ten of Swords is how I feel. Yeah, it's kind of like you thought enough about a thing and there's no more thoughts to be had. And like with the Queen of Cups coming right after, it's like now you can feel the feelings. Often we need an invitation to be in our feelings, and being in our feelings can just mean sulking. It could just be feeling sad. It could be just like, you know, honoring what you feel without pressuring yourself to have a solution or feel like you just need to fix yourself. Like sometimes you just need to wallow. Sometimes you just need to pity. Sometimes you just need to like not raw dog life. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so many different ways. And I think the key here for you is like How are you accounting for feelings as a contributor to your energy levels, your physical state, and your overall health at any given time? What are the gaps in skills that you have around feeling? We think that feeling, everybody knows how to feel. Not everybody knows how to feel. Not everybody knows how to feel. Feeling is a skill because there's too much in this world and this society and culture that like is available for us to numb ourselves away from feeling, or distractions, or to disincentivize feeling at all, you know? Live Bloom Creation says the feelings are so big and I'm scared, but I will take the time to weep because I think I need to cry and feel more. Yes, yes, you do. You do. You do. Often, yes, the feelings hurt, but the judgment of them likely hurts worse, because the judgment is often a way to anticipate the social consequences of our feelings. The judgment of our feelings is an internalization of what we believe to be the social consequences of our feelings, right? And that's the part that hurts. That's the part that makes us scared to feel. Because if I feel this, will I get in trouble? Will I feel this? Will I be rejected? If I feel this, will I be judged harshly? If I feel this, will I be abandoned? If I feel this, will they leave me? Like, those are real questions and real consequences. But at the same time, after a while, you just got to let the cards fall where they may, because you're hurting yourself not feeling, you know? So, Jade Sarah Louise says, thanks, Dana. No worry of me thinking too much of myself for sure. It definitely made sense. I give my power to fear a lot and a restlessness to act on other things. Anyways, thanks a lot. You are so welcome. You are so welcome, Live Bloom Creations. You are so welcome, Jade Sarah Louise. Okay. I'm just gonna assume that I accidentally deleted your Cash App and call it a day. Okay. Hey Dana, my name is Chanel, and my question is regards to clarity on whether entrepreneurship is the best path for me at this time. Love to end this on a very, very, very practical note. You guys, I appreciate you joining me here this evening. I appreciate you coming in here and trusting me to provide you some guidance. Thank you for blessing me with the tips. They will feed me and my child. And let's see here. Thank you for that, Chanel. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Is entrepreneurship the path for you at this time? This is another one of those questions. I'm like, oh, let me see. I want to know what it says. Is it the path for you at this time? I don't know. I really want to go hug my child, so I'll be glad to finish. I want to go lay my eyes on that sweet thing, my Pooh Bear, because I haven't seen him in 2 hours. I've been on here for 2 hours. Okay. This card is getting on my god dang nerve. This is about the 4th or 5th time this card done showed up here today. We got the High Priestess. High Priestess is about things that are gestating out of sight. I got the sense with this card, like what I heard in my head was timing. So perhaps it's a timing thing, and maybe it's a feeling that will tell you when it's time to make that move. I don't know. I need to see some more cards. Hey, Exodia. We got the Ace of Cups, more feelings. And we've got the Four of Cups. Oh my God, it's so much water here. Normally, when someone's asking me a question about entrepreneurship, I'm wanting to see some emperor. I'm wanting to see some pentacles. I even want to see the empress. I want to see the hierophant. I want to see the eight of pentacles. I want to see the king of wands. Right? But instead, we're getting all of these cups, which tells me that this is the question I should ask you. Because there's no pentacles here, I can set aside the more practical, like material, financial aspects of what entrepreneurship entails. And I can ask this question of you. What is the need that you're seeking to get met via entrepreneurship? What is it like there's a need, there's something that you want that to fulfill. What is that thing? Right? Um I also get the sense that you're waiting for, I know I said this before, but I'm saying this in a different way, and I hope it makes sense. I know with the high priestess, I said feeling and timing will let you know when it's right. But I'm about to contradict myself, or maybe just add some more context. Because with the Ace of Cups and the Four of Cups, I really feel that these cards are like perhaps you're focusing too much on intangible emotional stuff and not enough on practical stuff, like focusing too much on either waiting for a feeling to signal to you that it's the right move to make, or it's too many feelings driving you and not necessarily having taken the time to flesh out the practical considerations. In a reading like this, I'm actually more interested in what's missing. And so we got all of these cups, which is just a lot of like, you got that Four of Cups, which is about ruminating. You've got the Ace of Cups, which, to be honest, in a career type situation, I would kind of see that as misplaced, right? As like, you're expecting your job to meet some emotional needs that aren't, like, you need to find somewhere else to get that, right? Now, I see your comment here says stability. I'm in tech and it's way too nonsensical right now. Looking for more power over my path, kind of thing. And again, to that, I'm going to say, I don't see a wand. I don't see a pentacle. I don't see an emperor, and I don't see an empress, which tells me that you've got some emotional things that are more of a priority for you than maybe changing career. Like, I feel like it's almost like that's not the topic of this reading, right? So, are there some emotional things that require your attention at this time that when you work that out, you'll be in a better position to even ask this question and receive an answer about entrepreneurship? Um, yeah, I just feel like something else emotionally is requiring your attention or has your attention. There's like some feeling stuff that needs to be dealt with. I would even wonder if your dreams are repetitive right now in a way that's hinting at some really important psychological, emotional thing that you need that you need to deal with. You say truly haven't even thought about it from that perspective, but I will now. Well, that's the joy of some tarot, right? Like it's my job to highlight some of the things that maybe you had not considered. Um, yeah, I just feel like if I was gonna say yes, entrepreneurship is the thing for you, go for it. Like I need to see, the emperor. I need to see the king of wands. I need to see the imprints. Reinstated mind says wands, pentacle, imprints, and what else for entrepreneurship? There is not a particular entrepreneurship card. Um, the card gets meaning from the question. Um, yeah, the card. Did you find it? Did you find it, Pamela? Did you have to scroll back? At least the YouTube lets you scroll back while I'm still streaming. Um, but yeah, I feel like there's some emotional stuff that may even be driving you to consider this as a possibility for you that is more pressing than actually taking the leap. So, yeah. Chanel says that all makes sense though. I'm so glad. If you've been tuning in on YouTube, thank you so much for watching today. I'll be back at another time, maybe next week, and doing some more readings. I think I'm going to open up my podia to supporters and advanced study students to do something like this, but for sidereal astrology readings, divination for liberation, sidereal astrology. If you are new to sidereal astrology, you should start by downloading or purchasing a printed and bound copy of the 2024 Sidereal Astrology Guides, and I will send it right to you. Velvet Lilac, this was lovely. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you guys tuned in with me at the last minute here tonight. I'm going to shut this down and go hug my baby because he didn't even come check on me. I got to go see what he's doing. All right. You guys have a wonderful evening.